Welcome back for the second day of Florida Realtors Live Interviews. I'm your host, Tracy Velt. I'm a contributing editor to Florida Realtor Magazine, managing editor at HousingWire, and host of the Real Trending podcast. Today, my guest is Corina Lessa, and she is a broker and owner and broker associate, I should say, of Tampa Bay Key Real Estate. We're going to talk all things kind of working with the Brazilian community. So welcome.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be here.
Yeah, so you started as a travel agent.
Yes.
And you really built that business up, and you saw that there was maybe a lack of help finding homes for Brazilians who were interested in moving here. So tell me how that work as a travel agent informed your new business into real estate.
Yeah, so I worked as a travel agent for almost 10 years in Tampa, and it was becoming obsolete. I had to find a way to reinvent myself and start a new business.
Yeah.
And then it was time. I was thinking about purchasing a home, and I was married. My ex-husband said, you know what, it's time you move to a different career. Why don't you get licensed? And that would help us purchase our own property, and we were just starting, so the commission would help with the financials, and so I did that. And one of the first lessons I learned is that you got to tap into your sphere of influence. You have to talk to everyone that you know that you are in real estate. So I basically went to my entire database of 10 years of selling tickets, and I just told everybody, I can't help you by selling a ticket anymore, but I can help you by selling a house. And it's just a different type of dream. So it's service, it's sales, and I just kind of transitioned like that. Yeah,
and you had said there was a little bit of a gap in serving that Brazilian community at the time. It was several years ago. So you said no one was really telling the Tampa story specifically to Brazilian buyers who gravitated toward Miami and Orlando. So what was the first piece of content, and how did you start telling that story?
So South Florida, for many years, maybe 20, 30 years, have attracted investors from all over the world, and the Brazilians are a big piece of that population that buys and moves to Miami, and so is Orlando. And the visit bureaus and many companies from those places advertised down there in Brazil. Yeah. And I figured that nobody was talking about Tampa. You couldn't find any information online, and that's 12 years ago. You couldn't find anything, especially videos about the lifestyle in Tampa. All you could find was Busch Gardens. Yeah. Everybody would say, I've been to Tampa because I've been to Busch Gardens for half a day. And I'm like, so you have not been in Tampa. So I started doing videos. The very first one, it's an awful video. Every now and then that I want to make myself feel good, I go back and watch that video because that was 12 years ago. And I don't know what I was thinking. We had no microphones, and I don't even remember if it was a phone or a camera, but I had my friend shooting me from Bayshore Boulevard, which is one of the most iconic, beautiful avenues in Tampa. But behind me, many cars driving by, very noisy, but I wanted to show the water.
Okay.
Because Bayshore Boulevard, you have the bay, and I was like, people need to know what the lifestyle is. So I basically just talked about living in Tampa, the water behind me. I know it took me almost 8 hours to do that video. It was my very first one, but it was very simple.
And so walk us through the other, like your whole video strategy early on that really kind of took hold for you.
So years later, I moved from Facebook, because those videos are actually posting on Facebook, to YouTube. Okay. And I started to understand how YouTube works. And it's really a library, and you can be found.
Yeah.
Today, there's SEO and all of the EOs in Instagram, all of the other social medias, but 10 years ago, only YouTube could be found on Google search.
Yeah.
So back then, I learned also that consistency was very important. So I've been posting consistently long format videos every week for 8 years. So I have about 540 videos about Tampa on YouTube in Portuguese.
Okay, and so how has your marketing evolved since then?
It hasn't evolved
Okay.
well. I've been making better videos, better audio, better content, better description, working better SEO, but really the consistency with YouTube is very important. So I just maintained the roots of being on YouTube, because until today I get people who come to me and say, I've been following you
Yeah.
for years.
Yeah.
And especially when you're working with international buyers, they are sometimes talking to you and talking about their dream house, but they're still going to work on their citizenship and then their
Yes.
visa and then their business. That
Right.
might take 2 years.
Yeah.
So if they're going to follow you for that long, you have to
Yeah.
be consistent. So it really just keeping the YouTube as my main source of marketing has worked.
What are your videos feature? Are they more than just showing some different areas of Tampa? Do you do businesses? Talk to me about like what your most popular videos are and what are the things that you're doing.
So we do a lot of lifestyle videos, which is me going stand-up paddle in a bay, or going to Wikiwatcha Spring and do kayaking, going to a game, showing a lightning game, Buccaneers, the lifestyle. I love having our clients, past clients, come talk with us. So we do kind of like a podcast format, and we just talk for an hour about their experience.
Yeah.
And that is really good to build that trust, because then they see that you've helped people, and it's they telling your story and their story. I also do model homes. They love model homes. So it's kind of a mix of 4 or 5 different things. And I love talking about the economy. We say it's like a 5-minute talk about the economy, just to say what's happening with the market.
Okay. And as far as, I'm assuming that now you're getting a ton of referral business.
Yes.
So what is the secret to that referral business? How are you keeping in touch with the people that you have sold homes with, and who may be following your videos, but you want them to refer you to their family members?
So not only having a CRM, but using your CRM.
Okay.
So I always use our CRM. Everything that happens with anybody, we put everything on our CRM. We love sending postcards. We send happy anniversary home and happy birthday to the kids.
Yeah.
We love sending, so every time we have a closing and we know they have kids, we get their kids' birthdays. So every year we send them postcards. And we do have a WhatsApp group. We did something that we had no idea it was going to be a good thing, but it turned out to be, because we built a really good culture around this group. But every past client, everybody that has done business with us, get into a WhatsApp group, and that helps us be in touch with them. I kind of I'm not always there, because it's thousands of messages every week, but it's a base of referral for them. And I love that every time somebody gets that is new and gets into the group, they say, welcome to the Better Than Google group. Because every time you need a new roofer, or you want to know what airline is having the best price, or what restaurant, anything, instead of going to Google, they go to the group, because they know it's people that have the same background. They have something in common. They have us in common, because they choose us to work with their house search. So
I mean, that's an amazing service too, that they could, be on, just to get to know the community. But also, we were talking, the Brazilian community is very tight as well. So what does it take to kind of earn their trust? Because you've had people come and see homes sight unseen, buy them sight unseen. You actually have to have a level of trust of you to do that. So what do you think you do to build that trust?
The videos help a lot, because I've noticed when somebody comes to my office, they all tell us, I feel like I've known you. I feel like I already know you for a very long time. And we know that people love doing business with whom they know, like, and trust. So if they have been following you for years and they feel like they know you, it's an easy and natural evolution to them trusting you. And I think ultimately it's the consistency. They know that you're going to be there with your video every Sunday or every Thursday. And I think that really did help us build that trust and credibility over the years.
So for agents who aren't from the country that they want to target, what advice do you have for them?
For agents that want to start their global business?
Yes.
Pick a niche, I think that that's more almost like a mindset shift sometimes because a lot of people are afraid to be so specific. They feel like they're going to lose business. But I decided to create the demand when the demand didn't even exist because most Brazilians were going to Miami, going to Orlando. So I created the demand in Tampa. So if you want to work with, let's say, Spain, pick a city, pick a niche. If you're going to help people retire in Spain, be very specific, be a specialist of one thing. And that'll help you be found. If somebody Google, they're going to find you if you are a specialist of one thing.
Yeah, absolutely. So how long did it take before the content and relationship building really started converting for you?
It took a long time. It took maybe 1 to 2 years.
Okay.
I'm not saying that's what it's going to take for somebody. That's not how long it's going to take for somebody that's starting today because there's a lot more sophistication with AI today. You can expedite that process. But if you're going to build trust, that takes time, and you have to think maybe 6 months to a year, especially if you're going to do YouTube. YouTube is not like TikTok. It's not like Instagram. It's not easy to go viral, and people don't subscribe to your channel like they become friends on Facebook.
Right.
It takes time. So do a business plan and create 6 months of content before you even post the first one, because people get discouraged when they see that their videos are getting 5 views and they spent hours and a lot of money creating that. So doing a business plan long term would help.
Yeah, absolutely. And so do you now have a video crew that's filming you? Do you hire someone?
I do.
And did you start out that way?
No. I started doing it my own. And the reason why I said it took 8 hours for me to do that very first video, because I didn't know how to edit. So because I did a 30-minute video, I had to do it perfectly for 30 minutes. Now I know that people want you to be real and they are okay with you making mistakes. But back then, I'm like, it needs to be perfect, so I had to do so many times to get it right. Today, it's so easy for you to edit your video. So my camera person also edits the video, also puts it on YouTube. I still do the thumbnail, I still write the description, but I do have that help.
Great. Well, Corina, thanks so much for joining us for the live interview. And